There's no question this is very, very sad of what took place. Very sad. There's nothing nice or near nice of the events that took place, and 2 children died and people were injured. There's nothing. But what this case is about, bless you, what this case is about is, was there an intent to kill somebody? Was there an intent to be reckless? And I'll come back at closing argument, we call it, where we get to talk to you one more time. So we don't talk to you at all during the case, but then we're allowed by the judge to do closing arguments, and we try to put it together. Certainly, I can tell you by, we look at the police reports and things like that, and we had 1 or 2 hearings, so we know a little bit of ahead of time. It's like sort of, I don't mean to make light of it, but sort of a little bit like the coming attractions on a movie, whatever. So that's why we sometimes stand up here and we talk. It's not because we read minds. We have a good idea of the facts, at least how we interpret it. I, again, can't stress to you, and I'm very sincere, I can't stress to you how important this case is for everybody. It's for everybody. And for everybody to be able to move on. And I stand before you with a lot on my shoulders because I represent Marshella Chidester. She can't get up as a lawyer and do her case, okay? So I have a lot on my shoulders, and I welcome it. I can pick and choose at this age which case I want to do. And this, she needed somebody to come forward. And sometimes, and I have a lot of respect for news organizations, certainly, but sometimes it's just a snapshot or a conclusion, or maybe near World War II yellow journalism or whatever, or something to do whatever. But this trial, all of you sit back, attentive, all of you are back, and you'll be able to listen to all the testimony. What an honor to serve on a jury to begin with in America, but to this magnitude. You can really, you're serving on a jury. You are doing a job that probably, if it was another case, I wouldn't look forward to. Because you're going to make a decision during these trial of credibility, who to believe, who not to believe, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and that's what I want you to do. That's what we want you to do. So the proofs, we believe, are going to show this. And I don't have to make an opening argument. I can waive it completely or wait till the defense goes on. But I choose to stand right up because the plaintiff, the prosecutor, made a good opening argument. He made a good argument. The proofs, I believe, are going to show that you're going to get to know a little bit of Marshella Chidester through possibly people that are going to come in. That she was in the military at 18 years old. That she served 4 years in the Army, the real Army. I'm not talking about something up north, and I don't knock that at all, but she was serving. She was serving. And you're going to get to know about her life through people, and that she's never been pulled over for a ticket in her life. She's a better driver than me. And she's never had a ticket to even get pulled over for in her 50-some years. We believe the proofs will show her credibility, and that's what this is. This case, like a lot of cases, are about credibility. And that she was an excellent driver. I believe the proofs will show, I know the proofs will show, that she suffered from seizures and neuropathy. And it wasn't something, the proofs will show, that is just made up that day. She had been going through it, the proofs will show, for a long time. A long time. And was treated at U of M, Cornwell, Beaumont, whatever name it goes by today, on 4th Street in Trenton. There'll be proofs on this. And it also showed that it didn't happen all the way that she had these seizures all the time. It'd be pretty rare. But when she had one, it was not good. I think the proofs will show that when she has a seizure, documented, her feet go down, like real hard, the proofs will show. And her hands too. And then after less than a minute, the proofs will show that it relaxes again and you're a little bit spaced out. And for up to an hour. The proofs will show on our side of the table that when you see the videos, and normally I'm not nuts about videos, but when you see the videos that they believe will fully support, it'll support a vehicle being put to the floor from her house to go 450 feet. Put to the floor. Metal to the pedal, pedal to metal, whatever. Put to the floor. The proofs will show such that going on is out of character completely. Out of character completely. Something happened. And we believe the proofs will show, you keep an open mind, please, will show that's exactly what the proofs will show, is that the feet go down. And you do, when I was growing up, it was called a hole spot. You punch it right to the floor. I never did that, but it was like drag racing back when I was growing up. And just took off in a gravel place. And the cameras catch this vehicle just taking off and going right there. The proofs will show. She won't drive that way. She's been driving a long time, 50, 55 years. The proofs will show that when this happened, and it's horrible, that the vehicle went in 25 feet into the building. Horrible as a birthday party. I've had children. I know. Couldn't imagine it. The proofs will show that when she was honest with them, because you look for other evidence for credibility, corroborating evidence, the proofs will show that she said, they say, what's going on? Police arrive. That I had one glass of wine. Well, police hear that, I'm sure, a lot. I've only had one or two, and they get arrested for drunk driving. So where were you? At Vernus. And the police immediately do their job, which is wonderful. Here's a defense attorney telling you, great, you did a great job. They went down there, they masked it off, whatever, taped it off, whatever. It's a criminal place. You were there at lunch. You paid by credit card, debit card, whatever. They get it with a subpoena. They talk to the lady first that works there, Kelly Thornton. I subpoenaed her to be here for the trial. And she says that, I know, Marshella and Don, her husband, and there was another couple that was here, but Don wasn't here. She had one glass of wine, and she had some soup and a sandwich or fish or something. They get the subpoena, she does a copy of it, and we'll have it as evidence. I'm not making it up. And it'll show she had one glass of wine. Exactly. So the proofs will show, I think, credibility-wise, exactly what she said before anybody went anywhere. She said, I had a glass of wine. And the lady that comes in, the proofs will show she didn't finish it. There was still some in it. And she packed it up, the food, and for her to take home. And she just lives not far at all from it. I'm very happy the police moved on it right away, because so many people sometimes say, officer, I only had one or two drinks. The proofs will show it was less than one. And the proofs will show that the officer asked her, well, what was her condition? It was fine. Okay. The proofs will show that she has this neuropathy, and when she walks, I'm going to have her walk in front of you. When she walks, the proofs will show she walks like this. Now, if I see somebody coming out of a Porsche or going to their car walking like this, I'm thinking somebody's, keep it clean, somebody's messed up. Okay? Somebody's been doing some drugs or alcohol. Unless you know the person from before. Never met him before, never met her before. She never gets pulled over, ever. So, here we go with a snap judgment. The proofs will show that this person's got to be drunk out of their mind. So, the proofs will show that the accident happened, of course. And the officers came up to her, the proofs will show. We expect the proofs to show. Then when they came up, they started talking to her. This was right after the accident. Somebody got her out of the car and she was sitting there. I think she got like an American scarf flag or something sitting there. She was a former Commodore. Never had any problems, ever. So the officers will talk and they'll bring in some video on that because we had a hearing. They showed some video on that. The proofs will show that they're talking to her. If anybody's been around with our life experiences, the proofs will show somebody's slurring, somebody looks a little drunk, even a little bit. The proofs will show that she's speaking probably better than me, more clear than me. And that's up to you to see. I'm not making it up. The proofs will show that. Crystal clear. Now, she was just in a collision, had an attack, then went 25 feet into a building, and they're going to start interviewing her. The proofs will show that event, she talked about it's one glass of wine, truthful, and then they asked her, on a score of 1 to 10, the proofs will show, how intoxicated are you? Well, she's in another zone, going through a wall 25 miles an hour and having an attack. And then they ask her, well, are you able to drive? Well, hello. The proofs will show, am I able to drive? I just crashed into a building. So, the judge will, a lot of people say, don't leave your common sense out there when you're serving as a jury. You've got life experiences. Keep that with you. Don't let that out. Don't be sterile. You can bring life experiences in. You just can't make up your mind until all the proofs are in one way or another and deliberate and respect each other. The proofs will show that it's almost like an immediate conclusion on the police department, and I have great respect for the police. I have relatives police. The proofs will show that they got a search warrant and wanted to get blood from her. She had no problem if you want to do a blow breathalyzer or whatever. They didn't ask her. We want to do blood. And she even signed a consent form. Didn't even need whatever. She's not hiding anything. There's nothing to hide. Then they took the blood. They had it tested. We're going to get into all that. Not right now, of course, because I'm trying to somewhat keep it short. But there's a lot that's going to be covered because this didn't happen in a minute. It was a lot longer than a minute. And it's been a year. And this trial is going to be a few days long. So that's why I wanted to jump in and let you know at least where the defense is coming from so you can have it in the back of your mind and say, hopefully Mr. Clovis, Bill Clovis, let's see what he's talking about. Will this go together, like he says? I feel very confident. I'm not going to over feel confident, but I feel confident that the proofs will show what I just said, what I've represented to you. I'm pretty strong on my representations, or else I don't make it. The proofs will show that she always was cooperative. She was always crystal clear. The proofs will show that when they asked her to do a sobriety test of the alphabet, I'm talking about at the scene, she was able to do the alphabet. Perfect. No slurring, perfect, not skip anything, not say double, not miss it, not end early. That's another something to look at. Is that somebody, if you're going to say that they're so heavily intoxicated, and people don't know where they're at, what day it is, or what time. This person's saying the alphabet, talking like, almost like you and I. These are things I want you to keep in mind. Why am I hitting this so hard? And I'm sure the judge is looking at me right now, with all due respect, saying you're taking a long time. Because I got 2 counts of murder, too, on my client. That's why. It's called a capital offense. This isn't playing a little game. 2 counts of capital murder. Murder 2. And all the other offenses. That's why. And I've taken it very personal. Because I want to see what's done right. And I respect each and every one of you, especially when you're watching this. And it's a long time to be trapped in a seat that's most not comfortable. And we appreciate it. We thank you in advance. Please wait till all the evidence is in. They get to go first. I bite my lip, like I said earlier, till we get to put up any proofs. Please don't do a knee-jerk reaction and wait till all the proofs are in. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Clovis. First witness. Thank you, Judge. People call Kristen Sager.